Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Transformers Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ironhide from the Transformers, the movie from 1986. Let's get into it! Let's begin, as we usually do here on Digital Caveman Presents, with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, Transformers the movie. The Transformers the movie. I don't know why I always get that wrong. Let's shed a little light on the subject, if we can. The Transformers the movie. Takara Tomy Generations. We'll bop that up just a little bit. Plastic-free packaging. Uh-oh, except for these things. I think those are plastic. And then we have nice artwork of Ironhide. Transformers Studio Series 86 Ironhide. And man, that sounded bad. 8-up Hasbro print Generations. On this side, 86. Authentic. And then on this side, Studio Series 86 number 17 Voyager Class. Then on the bottom, small fine legalese print, made in Vietnam print, symbols I'm not going to learn, a barcode, and includes figure 2 accessories, removable backstrap, and instructions. What? Then on the back, we have big screen inspired scale detail and backdrop, and then in some other languages that I don't read. Autobot Transformers, the movie Ironhide, Decepticon Shuttle Ambush. Nice digital renders of the figure in both modes. Transforms in 26 steps. Ironhide bravely fights off a Decepticon ambush on the Autobot shuttle. And backdrop included. Warning, attention, Octoon, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to the babies. Small fine legalese print, made in Vietnam print, that thing, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at Ironhide and his accessories in alt mode. And first of all, we do have handy dandy tweezers if we need them. But we don't need them for this part, because here we have the handy dandy instruction manual. And for the most part, it's nicely printed. No blurring or anything like that. Easy to follow. And then let's do this so we can get this out of the way. Here is the Studio Series backdrop, which of course is the cockpit or command center of the Autobot shuttle. And 8617 Studio Series, the Transformers the movie, Transformers 86. And then again, like the nice backdrop in there. And then authentic. And of course, nothing on the back. So let's readjust the camera here. And we'll take a look at the accessories, which are 2 pistols, blasters, whatever you want to call them. Molded in black. Nice silver paint app. And nice details. And they both appear to be the same. Now let's take a look at Ironhide himself. And overall, I have to say, it's nice looking. Especially like van doors on the back instead of feet. And And, you know, there are some issues with it, like, you know, why no paint here? So, you know, it doesn't match the rest of it. And the same with this here, you know, it's molded in red color, but it just doesn't match the rest of the van. Nice silver paint app for the bumpers and the headlights, and chrome on the wheels there. A little bit of robot parts sticking down here from the side, but you can see it's pretty clean on the bottom. It's a bit panely, but you know, it's a transformer that transforms, so can't really fix all of that without making it a complete shell former, which is a whole nother issue unto itself. Now you'll notice the two little pegs here on the top, and for this figure you've got the pegs on the top here, and you've got this slot here in the gun, and it just ports in there, and the same with the other one. Now I think that's just an added benefit that they designed the guns to do that after they designed Ironhide, because of course we all know once we get Ironhide, this version of Ratchet isn't far behind, and of course that is where his ambulance lights will hook to when we do eventually get that figure. But again, overall, nice looking. Again, no feet hanging out the back, so that's always nice. Translucent windows, except for in the back. So overall, I think it's a nice looking. The you know, these not being the same color kind of does throw it off a little bit and makes the panels a little bit more obvious than, you know, they really already are, especially with hinges hanging out on it. But again, it's a transformer that transforms, so there are sacrifices that have to be made in the engineering in order to make it look right in both modes. And, you know, well, I'm not a toy engineer, so I won't go into all those specifics because I don't know them all. But there we have it, my friends, a look at Ironhide, 86 Ironhide Studio Series, in his alt mode and his accessories. It's time for alt mode comparisons, and here we have the Studio Series 86 Ironhide next to the War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Deluxe Class Ironhide, and the Amazon exclusive from a 2-pack I don't remember the name of, Deluxe Class Earthrise Ironhide. Here's Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ironhide next to the Netflix War for Cybertron Decius Drone, who is Deluxe Class, and the Deluxe Class Legacy Generation Selects DK2 Guard. For our final set of comparisons, here we have Ironhide with the Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Amazon exclusive Earthrise Leader Class Alternate Universe or Dead Optimus Prime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the comedy portion of our program where I attempt to transform this Transformer. And as you can see, I forgot to note this earlier, you can mount the guns on the bottom of the back so that they become tailpipes. And they also, there's these posts right here on the front that they will also, oops, they will also mount to as forward mounted weapons. And that's in addition to mounting on top here. So, but for transformation, let's first remove the weapons. And then let's start right here at the back. Lift the back doors up and then lift this whole piece right here up. Then these pieces can fold in. Although I think you have to straighten them out like this in order to get them to go in all the way, and then you can separate them. There's tabs, a tab and a slot right here, and then there's a tab here and then a slot here. So just separate those out. Then once you do that, fold these in and fold the doors down, and then you can see it's a hinge here and then here, and move those back like that. Now the next thing we want to do is separate these two panels, and they're also up under here, and it is a bit difficult. I found that I have to actually get a tool to do this with, and I wish I had a plastic one, but I don't. So just kind of make do with what you got. And what you want to do is get this piece right here loose, just like that. Then once you have that piece loose, you can lift that up. Then these panels will come away free, and you can see right here it's got these two tabs right here, and they go on the top side of these hinge pieces here. So, and then they also there's a tab here and an open slot right there for these two panels that tab together. But then you open those up, and then you can untab these panels. You can see there's a little bitty slot right there, and then there's the tab. And you just kind of want to keep turning this a little bit as you fold it down, and then once you get this panel folded down, this panel right here folds around back to cover the tire. And then we want to do the same thing over on this side, and there we have the tire covered. So let's go ahead and flip that open. We'll flip that open, and then we'll start here at the hands. Oh, wait a minute, forgot one more part for the legs. These panels right here just flip down, and then you can go ahead and separate the legs and straighten them out just a little bit if you want to. Then here at the arms, they are tabbed together. There's the tab, there's the slot, and just kind of move those out of the way. You can go ahead and fold the fists out all the way if you want to. Another thing that we have to do is tilt this up a bit, and then where we can rotate this whole top assembly around. And while we've got that open, if I can get my fingers in here, fold the head out, Then we take these two side panels right here on this hinge here and fold them all the way in. Fold this panel down and it goes inside the chest cavity here, and that closes up nice and neat. Then we can fold that down. Then the arms, you can see there's open slot right here, and then there's a tab here, and it's the same on both sides. And you just kind of fold those down till you don't really hear them, but you can kind of feel them when they go in and secure. Although they're not super secure, they are fairly secure, if that makes any sense. And then this piece right here, we just fold it up just like that. And that, my friends, is Ironhide all transformed. Let's take a look at Ironhide and his accessories in bot mode. And here we have, there I go, moving the camera. His weapons, nice, one nice big silver paint app over it. It's molded in black plastic, it appears. And nothing too much to say about the weapons that I didn't say earlier. Nice molded detail and one nice big paint app. Now, one thing you can do, if you're not having him hold his weapons, they can store on his back here on these posts, and they just tab in right here to these holes, which are on both sides of the gun. So you can have him do that, or I guess if you wanted to, you could make it go the other way. But I don't know, that just looks weird to me. So let's take a look at the figure. And I do believe a lot of this is molded in red, especially the head. All the head is red except for the eyes and the face, which are two separate paint apps. Probably where these translucent pieces are attached, like around here, this is all a translucent piece and it's painted in this red. So that's why a lot of the colors don't match up really. It's because some of it's paint and then some of it is plastic. And I would say the back of Ironhide cleans up okay. It's not the best. Still, I don't think Mainline has quite nailed Ironhide. These pieces right here molded in color along with the arms, I do believe. The fists as well, and the legs and the crotch piece and this torso piece behind the red and silver. So Autobot Tampo here, silver, silver. And that's about all I can say about it. Now let's take a look at his articulation. He doesn't, well, he can look up a little bit. He can look down some. And no, he doesn't really chicken neck. The head moves side to side a little bit, but it doesn't stay, so I'm not going to count that as waggle. He can do the full exorcist. At the shoulders, comes out better than 90 degrees and a 360 degree rotation. Also at the upper bicep on a double mushroom peg, 360 degree rotation there. Hinge at the elbow for approximately a 90 degree bend, and 360 degree rotation at the wrists. Another full 360 rotation at the waist. At the hips, it gives you that much of the splits. And if you move this crotch piece up, he can kick forward that far, which is approximately 90 degrees, maybe a little less than 90, but it's close. And almost the same on the back, not quite 90 degrees. At the mid-thigh on a double mushroom peg, there is a rotation hinge at the knee. Gives you approximately a 90-degree bend. At the ankles, does sort of tilt down that far, but that's really due to transformation, but you can work with it some if you want to by pulling that out. And then that much rocker. So tilt, I'll take it, I guess, and rocker. And that, my friends, is a look at Ironhide in his robot mode and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a Transformers review, robot mode comparisons. And here we have the Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ironhide next to the War for Cybertron Siege Deluxe Class Ironhide. And then on the end, the Amazon exclusive from one of the 2 packs, I can't remember which one, Deluxe Class Earth Mode Ironhide. And he's also Earthrise, I suppose. Here we have 86 Voyager Class Ironhide next to the Walmart exclusive Netflix Deluxe Class Decius Army Drone and the Generation Selects Deluxe Class DK2 Guard. For our final set of comparisons, here we have Voyager Class Ironhide with the Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Walmart exclusive War for Cybertron Trilogy Netflix Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. For final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ironhide, I have to say, for this guy to be Voyager Class, he does not really stack up size-wise. So it may be the number of parts, paint apps, I'm not sure, or if they're shrinking on us again. I really hope not. But, you know, this guy's is about the same size as Deluxe Class Ironhide molds from War for Cybertron. He also shares some of the, not necessarily parts, but engineering. Some of the engineering is the same as that Siege mold, but it's, you know, how much can you change up a robot who turns into a full-size van? I am glad that he does not have visible foot syndrome any longer. That is probably the biggest plus of this figure. I like the mold okay. Again, it is all new. There's I don't think there's any reuse from that War for Cybertron mold, but just, you know, similar engineering. I do like his weapons. Nice silver paint apps on it. in the alt mode, the plastic and the paint being two different colors does kind of throw it out a little bit. And it does tend to make the panel lines stand out more than they should. Overall, I'd have to say this is, you know, if you missed out on that Amazon exclusive Earthrise 2-pack that had the Earth Mode Ironhide in it, this is a good chance for you to pick up that version of the character if you really wanted the Earth Mode over that Cybertronian Siege mode. And, you know, if you don't, that's okay too. If you have that Earth Mode Amazon exclusive Ironhide, you could skip this one, but I think most people who got that are probably going to get this too, simply because that big piece that goes on the top of the van that turns into a shield or a sled, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. But this guy in and of himself is not bad. I think he could in robot mode stand to be just a little bit bigger, as Ironhide was a little bit bigger than a lot of the other Autobots. You know, he was, I wouldn't say he wasn't as big as Optimus Prime, but, you know, he was probably like a head under Optimus Prime, maybe, if I remember correctly. But then again, you know, if you look at the animation, it's all over the place anyway, so. But I feel like he should be just a tad bit bigger, but I think that would have probably thrown the alt mode off really, really bad, size-wise. So. But again, overall, I do like this figure. I do especially like the fact that in the alt mode, he no longer has feet hanging off the end. That was just, I don't know why they didn't fix that feature when they redid that Siege mold. They retooled it for that Earth mode for Ironhide and Ratchet, and I don't know why they didn't just go ahead and fix that issue, knowing it was an issue. But that, my friends, does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.